if you abuse AI, you abuse the prompts, you abuse, like, you just want the answer so fast, like the blessing, like there's no blessing. It feels like, for me, it feels like there will be no blessing from it, because I'm just seeking artificial intelligence instead of the God
Has already
that
planted in
created
you.
everything. Like the person that made this iPad, it was an idea in their brain that was planted from God. So if someone can make this the light that I like, God can do amazing, beautiful things with our minds, and beautiful things in the stillness, in the quietness, if we just take that opportunity to just bask in that moment. Welcome back to the Juxtaposition Podcast. I'm your host, Nana.
I'm Bernice.
Whoa.
You took in too long.
You're supposed to let
take
me
it. Are we always gonna have trouble doing a proper intro?
You were supposed to let me finish saying, and my co-host is, and then you say your name. So let's start that again.
Oh gosh.
Welcome back to the Juxtaposition. I'm your host, Nana, alongside my two lovely co-hosts,
Bernice and Janet.
See, that's a staple of Juxtaposition. 5 years.
Oh, you said that nicely too. After 5 years, gotta get it right.
I'm tired of these guys, bro. I'm tired of you guys right now.
You guys are listening. That was a nice. That was a nice. People. He flew. He's at the Juxtaposition Podcast.
Whoever listens to this, I'm tired of these guys. I'm accepting new applications.
He's on the line to be fired, but we're trying. Remember, these are connected. You are the line. You're on the line. Say that again. If it's the one to be pushed out, you were on the line. You are on the line. You are on the line. To clarify. Well,
so we're not on the same.
We don't declare
that. You remember that time when you said you and Nana, if something happens, it's me and you in this?
There was nothing that. Where was that? Was that documented verbally or
Janet,
written consent?
Are you sure? You don't remember?
Let's get into.
Oh, okay. She doesn't want to hear your feelings.
Well, we're here. We're back. Hope you guys had a lovely week so far. Yeah. Listen to the latest episode. So let's just let's get right into it because we've been talking way too much already. Yeah. Prior to we done wasted a lot of time. We're supposed to be filming about an hour ago. Yeah. So we're here. So we're gonna be doing a little mini series called Who Are We Asking? So this came from, I was on Instagram and a post came up and it was talking about how using AI, oftentimes people are writing to AI and we're often going to AI to ask questions that we should be asking God. And so I went to ChatGPT and it said, gave me prompts. Well, actually, it was based off of what the post was saying. And let me quickly find it as... Quickly. Hold on, give me wait, just wait.
I don't want dead space for the people.
It's okay. It's okay to breathe. This is what we're gonna... It's okay to breathe and stay still.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Nana doesn't like pauses.
I don't like pauses as a podcast person. As a podcast listener, I don't like pauses.
Pauses are okay.
No.
Pauses is a natural.
It's not okay.
Of human.
Well, before she gets that, I just want to say we're recording at an interesting time because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tired. I'm not gonna front.
You're a little bit tired.
I'm a little bit tired.
It's okay. We pushed through.
5 a.m. All of that.
You gotta get. Woo! You gotta get it. Whenever you can. There's gonna be some days where you don't feel like it and the motivation dwindles. But it's if you show up and you show out, you'll get the benefit. Exactly. Even when you don't feel like it. Amen. Exactly. I got it. Thank you guys so much for the little.
Okay.
The question was, why do people ask ChatGPT instead of asking the Holy Spirit?
That was a post?
That was the question that they put on Instagram, and then I used that prompting to go into ChatGPT and ask that question. And so this is what they said, actually. This is what ChatGPT said. And then we can go into our...
Oh, okay.
Just quickly. It says, oof, that's a real question. And an honest one. Short answer, because it feels faster, safer, and more controllable. But there's more underneath it. And then it goes into all these different promptings. But ChatGPT, that's what ChatGPT said. It said, oof. It's oof. I be thinking ChatGPT be Christian sometimes. It's a variety of things. It's a Christian. Depends on how.
Don't get it twisted. It's not.
Okay, so this is a mini series here. We're asking, so it's gonna couple parts to this. And so our first episode now, we're going to be talking about speed versus stillness. So AI gives answers fast. God often speaks slow. What does that reveal about us?
No, before we get into that question,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, before you brought this, when you presented this topic to us
Mm-hmm.
and to me, I couldn't believe people actually ask ChatGPT questions about, hey, like this is happening in my life.
Mm-hmm.
What should I do? That's nuts to me.
How do you? I don't
No,
think that's
that's
nuts.
nuts.
Why is that nuts? Because
No. There's a difference between, hey, ChatGPT, hey, Mr. Chat, I have a boil under my arm. What should I do? That is different. And you're going to couple that with the doctor. You know, that's the first step. That's like Google.
Mm-hmm.
But when you tell ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, my girlfriend just did this. Like, what should I do? That's nuts. We're cooked as a generation.
You're telling me you never?
I don't think
that's nuts, because I think it's similar to something like Reddit. But basically, you put in your prompt and people respond. But instead of the person responding and you waiting for them to respond, you put in ChatGPT, because you know what?
You do that.
AI, and it's gonna spit out an answer right quick, and whatever answer you get, you're gonna take it. And once again, if it's a good answer, it's gonna make you feel better at that.
Janet, I'm not gonna let you do that.
Because
Because Reddit is real people that's telling you.
I know that, but I'm saying
experiences.
once again, this topic is about speed and stillness.
Listen, I'm not
Right?
trying. I'm
So
not trying to.
speed, that you don't want the AI to. They're still gonna give you the answer. It's just not gonna be from someone.
No, facts. Listen, I'm not gonna act like I'm an angel in this case, but in terms of like, that was the most shocker point to me, and we're probably not gonna touch on that. But I'm just saying, for people to ask for advice for certain things, that's wild to me. I didn't know. But as we go into this, definitely I'll be doing some prompts where it gives me fast answers for work, and it be hidden. You know, so continue. That's all I wanted to say, people. That's all.
Okay. Well, yeah. So basically, we're going to be talking about how, like, now a lot of us as Christians, oftentimes I think, are using ChatGPT for those quick answers that we should be going to God for and asking Him for. And so the first question is, why are we uncomfortable with silence? I think, like, when I think about silence, like silence and stillness, I guess I can couple those together, like being still and being silent and not having noise. I feel like people feel like it's like a delay. It's like you're not being proactive about your situation. You're not doing anything. So when people look at you, you're like, oh, why are you waiting for someone to hand you your, like, something on a silver platter? You need to put in work to be able to do whatever you need to do or whatever. I feel like people don't want to not be seen like they're not doing anything about their situation, because people can blame them, like, oh, you're not putting in the work, you're not, trying hard enough. Like, they can give you all those excuses why it's not working for you. So silence is not really like a strength in society. It's kind of seen as a weakness, I feel like, to like wait or like to expect someone to give you something.
Yeah. I think the generation is microwave generation where we want something really fast. We want it instant. So now that we're entering into the generation of AI, it is now enhanced what it's like when you become a millionaire and the person like begins to like act this different way. It was like, no, the money just enhanced their character.
Yeah.
And that's what AI, it's like it enhances the not us being still. We don't want that anymore. We need the answer today. And I think we're probably hindering ourselves by getting the fast answer really quick. Or we're probably not getting the right advice from ChatGPT, because what's the spirit behind AI? Like, who's the one that created this thing? Like, like, where is it pulling its resources from? And I'm not trying to say AI is the devil. I feel like it's a good resource, a good tool. But when you start diving into, hey, like a scenario and I need answers, and you start replacing it as God, then that's when we're in big, big trouble.
Yeah.
Big trouble.
Yeah, I think our as you said, microwave generation, I just think of like McDonald's, like the generation of having it fast, having it quick, and like compared to something where it's like cooking, you have to like be still, you have to, watch it, you have to make sure that it changes or it turns color. Like those are the things that you have to wait for. And most people, I know, even in our generation, we're like a little bit of still a fast food generation. Like we're moving towards cooking more and doing more meals, but we're still a fast food generation in just the things that we do. And I think just thinking about other ways where people are not like why stillness is, sorry, the question was,
Why are people uncomfortable with silence?
yeah, I think, you know what, people sometimes don't want to wait for like the creative thought or what can come of them out of their own mind. Maybe they also have doubt or being inferior of like, oh, can I produce like great thoughts or great things? A lot of people look to other people quick to be able to come up with something, or can I reference this without just like sitting, and maybe there might be something that is implanted in you and a creative idea. But these creative ideas that we see in our generation now, I feel like those people like thought and thought and thought and gave like some time for things to work out, or there was a lot of trial and error. It wasn't just like a first time thing where it was like, okay, got the answer. But I think that's what our generation wants. They want to be like, they want to be quick and reach the top quick, and have that quick turnaround, where it's like those people who are the originators of a lot of things today, it took a lot of time for them to get to where they are.
And sometimes for me, especially doing content and being the editor and doing stuff, sometimes when I'm asking for like prompts for like captions and stuff like that, a feeling I have is it feels like when I do that, it strips away the blessing sometimes.
What do you mean by that?
Like, it feels like when I if you abuse AI, you abuse the prompts, you abuse, like, you just want the answer so fast, like the blessing, like there's no blessing. It feels like, for me, it feels like there will be no blessing from it, because I'm just seeking artificial intelligence instead of the God
As already
that
planted in
created
you.
everything. Like the person that made this iPad, it was an idea in their brain that was planted from God. So if someone can make this the light that I like, God can do amazing, beautiful things with our minds, and beautiful things in the stillness, in the quietness, if we just take that opportunity to just bask in that moment. Because even I came here today, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Or like, I feel like a lot's going on. Even when I was at my desk today, I'll be on the computer, boom, boom, boom. Then I'll switch to Spotify, listen to a song, and I'll stop. And then I'll go to Google Docs, do something there. And then I'll look at the camera, do something with the camera. Literally, and I told myself, I need quiet. And I just sat there and I just stopped. It's just the busyness of life, along with the media and tech and all of this stuff, especially in the field I'm in, it's a lot, and you can get burnt out real fast.
Yeah. I think when I was thinking about this question, I had to like personalize it. It's like, why am I uncomfortable with silence? And just a lot of stuff came up. It was like, you mentioned about impatience, like I need the answer now. Like ChatGPT, obviously, when you're like you need an answer, for example, writing emails to like a workplace or something like that. Like,
emails
you
are
know, you're not gonna try to formulate yourself. You're like, how do you write this thing for me so that I can, it sounds formal and and you put it and it's copy and paste, right? And so for me, silence is like, I don't want to be waiting. Why would I want to wait when I can just get the answer quickly? Why wait on God when I can just literally go online and ChatGPT can give me the answer that technically is like, it's still biblical. It's not Holy Spirit, but it's still biblical. But you know what I mean? So it's just like, I found that I'm impatient and I don't want to wait. And I think that for me, this season is a lot of waiting. Like, I'm in the season 2 where I want a new job, but you apply, you get an interview, then you have to wait. You wait and you wait and you wait until they get you back. And sometimes they don't even call you back. And you're just like, God, what happened? So you're impatient. Another thing that came up is lack of control, like depending on someone to make a move. Like, I cannot be waiting around, say, okay, God said he's going to do it, so I just gotta I gotta put it in his hands and wait. Just wait for him to tell me where to move, where to go, what to do next, where like who to talk to. And that comes in the place of prayer too, right? We don't want to pray for so long. We want to pray one time and the answer comes the next day, or even in that moment when you're praying. So as Christians, I think we're in that microwave generation where it's just like you put in the prayer, put in 5 minutes, bing,
And it should be done.
the answer should be coming out. It should be coming out after that 5-minute prayer. But it's not like that. And I believe in this season as well, God is really taking his time giving out his answers, because he's recognizing like a lot of us are not actually genuinely trying to spend time with him. We are wanting the answers because we want to be in a specific place, because we think this is where we should be at this time. But we forget that he holds everything, right, together. And so that for me was just like, oh, shoot, that's so true. Even the like waiting for a job now, I'm like, okay, God, I applied. It seemed it went well. I sent an email out. So what's going on? But it's like I also find myself not wanting to pray. I'm like, God, I already prayed. Like,
Yeah.
just give me that. You know what I need.
You know
So
what's
just
in my
give it
heart.
to me. Just
You
send
know
it
my
now.
desires, Lord.
Exactly. So why am I keep praying
do
for
it
it?
again.
Why am I keep going back to you and saying, God, do this for me? It's like I already prayed. You already know what I want. So just send it now. But that's not his intention. It's transformation, right? That's what he's seeking, our heart that is pure. And the next thing was like feeling of abandonment or rejection. It's like when silence is like, when you're in a relationship, it's just like
You're like, you're not answering.
you're not answering me.
You're not answering me. I texted you. You're not answering
Yeah, like you
me.
feel abandoned. You feel like, you feel like there's a rejection. Like, oh, they don't want to talk to me. Like I did something wrong, and that's how it could feel when it's with God. You could feel like, oh, he's upset at me. He's disappointed. He's not near, and that's what a lot of us often say. Like when God's quiet, we're like, he's so far.
Yeah.
He's so distant, but he's not. He's not. And he's like, he's there, but he's waiting for you to continue to press more for him and kind of let go of whatever the desires of your heart is. And that's where we go to ChatGPT and you start typing in all those prompts and you're like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
How many times you guys how many times do you use ChatGPT a day? Be honest.
I use it today actually. I use it a couple times a day for sure. I use it a couple times
Because you're doing admin, right?
It's not even admin. Sometimes I use it for recipes. Sometimes I use it for
And
like
and
emails,
honestly,
like little
functional
little
things, like things that
things.
you could technically
put-
you don't need to have
Yeah.
ChatGPT. You can literally just go on Google, put in a recipe.
But don't you feel like Google's like AI too?
Oh,
They,
it
ha-
is.
they
It
have
is
AI
now.
now, but I'm just saying, like
it is.
back in the day, you didn't use it. You just went on Google, you typed in the recipe. You had to look through the ones that you
Yes.
now
It's
it's
a
like,
little bit more time to pump up. Say,
Yeah.
look for the answer that you need.
exactly. But now it's just like you put in ChatGPT, it gives you the full recipe,
It's true.
everything you need, the ingredients, how much you need. You don't have to read through anything, right? So it's just like it's very quick, it's very fast, and so we don't want to be out here trying to look through all that stuff.
No, I told myself I need to slow down on like certain things because I feel like I'm forgetting how to do certain things, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No.
Like, for example, I don't know, like back then when ChatGPT wasn't there, I had to come up with my own captions. But now I'm taking the transcript, which is fine. Like I'm taking the transcript and hey, from this transcript, give me a concise, reflective caption. And it
But
gives
that's
it to me.
functional.
Wait,
That-
it's
not bad.
It's not bad, but
That works.
I feel like I still need a
Creative.
I
Like
still
some
need
more
to
time
work
to
that
work
muscle.
the muscle. Of
Yeah, like sitting there and be like,
Like, what did I hear? What did I get from this? Basically, you putting in that prompt of being reflective, you need to be the person who speaks reflective
yeah.
in that time.
Yeah, we don't
And
want to
coming up with that prompting and
Listen.
and yeah.
God knows I graduated college the year ChatGPT came out. God knows what he was doing because if I had ChatGPT in college or in high school,
a mess.
would have been game over. I was cheating in elementary school. In high school, texting people like, yo, send me the picture of your page of your paper right now. They'll send it to me. So imagine what I'll do with ChatGPT.
But
I would have went crazy. What? I would've got 80s. I would have went to a high top school.
no, but then
We can't
the reality is like we're not using the God-given wisdom and
Yeah,
given creativity, and a lot of our gifts are not going to become dormant because we're using ChatGPT to kind of do all the thinking.
That's what I feel like.
Reflection and stuff like that, right? Like you can't, like, I'm thinking about, I don't know, where are you getting dumber?
No, we are.
It's
I think we are.
I feel
No,
I
that's
don't know-
not that
I don't know
like
if it's-
Yeah.
I don't
like
know if
them
it's-
are lazier.
I would say lazier. I wouldn't even say dumber because we have the
We're very
capacity
smart.
to write
We're just
into
not using
ChatGPT
it.
what we want it to do. So it's not like we're dumb, but is that we're too lazy to wait, think,
Yeah.
sit, and just
Ponder.
just be still.
Yo.
Literally
Yeah.
be still
Straight.
and wait for the idea to come into your mind. We don't have that patience to wait and be like, well, I think I'm gonna have to hold off on this. I won't have the idea today, but I need some time to think about how I want this creative piece to be like.
Yeah, we don't work that muscle. I think that muscle has gotten weaker over time and over the generations and the things that have come out in our generation, the newer things. We've been able to use those resources, which is great. But then we use less and less of our mind and our capacity to be able to think of like ideas or different ways to like solve that situation. It just goes back for me, like this whole month or last couple months, I've been in Job. And Job, if you need to talk about silence and waiting, like Job struggled. Like he was in silence. God was silent the whole time. God didn't answer him. God still didn't answer him. Many chapters, 40 chapters later, almost 30 chapters later, as God was silent, and Job was begging, like he's gone through so much. He lost his friends. He lost his children. He lost his wife. He lost his wealth, his cattle, everything. And Job was just like, yo, God, you need to answer. And then God's like, nah. And then Elihu came in, another one of Job's friends, and says like, yo, you it says, wait, 35. One of the verses is, you say you can't see him, but he will bring justice if you only wait. If you only wait. And like sometimes waiting seems like forever to be able to, like being in that silent moment feels like you're waiting for a long period of time. It feels like delay. Time is going by, nothing's coming up, nothing's changing, but the Lord is still working in that time. And sometimes I feel like when we type into ChatGPT, sometimes we do things that are premature of what we're actually supposed to go forth and do. Like we hear the answer so quickly. He might be like, oh, if takes like, I don't know, 30 days for him to answer, and he answers in 15 days. Sometimes you might hear like maybe a part of what the Lord is telling you to do, but you jump and like say, oh, you just complete it because that small thing that you heard, you already ran with it. But he hasn't told you the full story or the full sentence. It's just like broken telephone when you're like passing the message along. You say part of it and then you think you completed the sentence,
And it's not.
and then it's like that's not what they really said.
What we're trying to say.
So
Yeah, I think it's just like in this, like as Christians, we do have that tendency to be like, well, but God said, but he didn't complete it.
he didn't
This-
finish.
he
Let him
didn't-
finish.
He didn't give you everything. He gave you part of it, and he still wanted you to wait. But you said, "Let me go for that that relationship." Even though he gave you like that's a sign, but he didn't complete the full sentence. Or it's like, let me leave my job because I saw that I'm gonna get another job, so let me leave it now. But he's like, but I didn't call you to leave yet. I'm gonna show. This is what I'm showing that you will lead into, but it's not yet time to go yet. But it's just like, what do you think as Christians, how do you feel about like where we're at in the state that we're at when it comes to our relationship with God, even now with like ChatGPT and AI and the tendency to want these quick answers?
I may be getting ahead of myself, but one thing I would say in terms of Christians and AI and stuff like that, I think it's infiltrating the church, and you can see it sometimes. You can see it in lessons plans. You can see it in like in a lot of things. And I think as Christians, we just have to be careful with, it's the laziness, it's the lack of us not wanting to be still and actually hear a word from the God, from the God, from the God, and just wanting to like get something fast paced because hey, my week was rampant and I was doing so much stuff, procrastinated, and I need a quick thing, It's just one time, and it's like, nah, you can't do that. As someone that's in the church that is shepherding a flock of people, we have a great, I'm saying we like I'm a pastor, but I would say Christians, we have a great responsibility to not look towards ChatGPT to give us that word that we're trying to bestow upon people.
Yeah, I want to touch on that a little bit because it is so easy to really use ChatGPT to create a sermon.
So easy.
Like,
I'll be tempted.
and if you are a good spokesperson, you'll make it like you wrote that. You will present it like the Holy Spirit gave it to you. And that's the part where it's scary because it's like, wow. We've come to the point where now we're using ChatGPT to now preach this Bible. And then you'd be wondering why certain pastors don't know the word.
It's funny enough, I don't know, the other day I was supposed to be doing an assignment basically on
a future letter to yourself.
Future letter to thank you, my brain's cutting. A future letter to myself. And Mr. Chat looked very nice because he presents stuff very nicely. The words are smooth. And then Miss Old Bernice here was like, why are you using ChatGPT? Like, that's not like your words. And then I said, I felt convicted in my spirit. My oblongata. I said, oh, you're right. And mind you, it's not like I just typed it in. I was like, ChatGPT, give me like 10 years. So like I wrote stuff prior to it. I just plugged it in and formulated it for me. And I'm like, in that moment, I also thought like, why am I doing this? And what I recognized is I felt like incompetent at that moment, like to write about myself like 10 years from now. Like it felt like I almost had lost the skills to be able to write. Yeah. Like, oh, you don't know how to, like in my mind, like, oh, you don't know how to do that. Or you can't even write, a paragraph for yourself. Or how do you even write an article? You forgot how to write an article. You don't even know how to write an article. So like those thoughts are actually running in my brain. And then after I went back and I was like, you know what? Like whatever I wrote, like I'll just put it in like an editing in a sense, not ChatGPT, but like Grammarly, where it just corrects like the sentences and stuff like that and kind of tweaks it a little bit, not like fully where ChatGPT can really, just it can really just be like, is that my work? Yeah. I read that good. Yeah. But like I was able to just kind of like be like, no, I'm just gonna, whatever the Lord was putting on my heart. And after I started writing like quicker, like I was able to be like, okay, Lord, let me just, use whatever you've allowed me to write and go with that. And that's what I submitted at the end of the day. And I felt more proud of putting that out than something that felt false, like not me. Yeah. And I think a lot of people forget to kind of like ask that question. They're like, why am I going to ChatGPT for like the answers? Is that something like an inadequacy in me? Do I feel inferior? Do I feel like I can't?
This is true. I think when you talked about the inadequacy and it's also reminding me, like, are we afraid to like be human? Like, are we afraid to be just
make mistakes?
Yeah, like
that's how.
Are we like? Can we not go back to where the teacher will circle the red mark and just show you where you kind of?
But where do you think that comes from?
Well, because the society now, but
access,
but also society too is all about the picture perfect look. You have to have it ready. It has to be ready. It has to look good. You can't give me no half-looking assignment, or you can't give me a half-looking person that looks kind of sort of okay. No, you need to look presentable. You need to look perfect. And that is where the issue comes with ChatGPT. It's packaged nicely. Do it in Word, no errors.
Grammar is there.
Everything is there. It's ready to go. Perfect.
Sentences, transitions.
Send it out.
I'm gonna put my name underneath and that's it.
Listen, it will write your whole resume, a cover letter for you, and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
But it's like, God, and that's why I was going back to, like, God really is taking his time with giving his word out. And if he's not, he's very, he's not silent. And a lot of people think he's silent, but it's like we're not spending enough time with him because we're too busy trying to get the quick access. So, and that's for me. I'm like, I need to spend more time. I need to reel back on this busyness, this busy life. There's seasons for that, but it can't be like that 24/7. It can't be like I'm super busy all the time. Well, then we need to reprioritize what we're doing.
Yeah.
I need to figure that out.
The more access we have in this world, the more clouded our brains are gonna get.
Oh
and,
my.
and when our brains are more clouded, the less we hear from God.
Yep.
God.
Facts. Facts.
That's as simple as it.
Yeah.
The more clouded, more access we have, is the more clouded our head gets, and that's when we don't hear from God. So the more all these things start coming in this world, all these plugins, oh my gosh,
We're gonna be so confused.
oh my goodness,
We're like, and that's where confusion is running rampant because you're hearing so much,
So many
from left-
voices.
Yeah,
Whose voice? Is God speaking? And then people be like, does God still speak? I'm like,
he
he does.
still.
He does.
And that's
but there's
why
too many people talking.
so many cooks in the
Too
kitchen.
many, and that's why when you read the word of like, be still and know that I am God.
Literally,
How many
in
of us
songs.
actually do that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even in the morning, guys.
Bro, that happened to me this morning where I thought about something and then I finished brushing my teeth. I said, oh no, we're not starting the day off like that.
Like,
I said, thank you God for waking me
like,
up.
like for real.
Yeah.
I wake up and my mind is already doing.
It's like,
Shaka
we have to do
raka.
what's next.
It's doing a lot.
Yeah.
I can't even that, and that's why I really like we need to get back to the part of like being still and knowing that He's God, and knowing God. You need to be still. That's basically what it's telling us. If you want to know God, you need to be still. You can't be rushing, running up and down, left, right, and center, trying to get all the answers in one go. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you were saying something about, what was it? You lost me a little bit.
For me?
No, she was saying something before about like, perfection.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think for me, it's like, it trickles back into like Christianity, why people don't want to come to Christ. It's like, I want to be perfect. I want to come in perfect, but that's not what Christianity is. It's the relationship aspect. It's the brokenness part of things.
It takes time.
It takes time to rip, those things away, to prune, and for him to cut and to be the gardener that he needs to be. But people don't want the gardener. They're just like, well, I'm gonna come perfect already. I'll stay out there for a bit. I'll stay in that life. Hopefully, I'll become perfect, and then I'll present myself to you. But it's like, that is not what he wants, and that is not what Christianity is. He wants to work in you. He wants to build that, faith in you. And I think faith is also a part of it too. It's like, that needs to be built.
Yeah.
Like, that's a work in progress, and that requires you to wait, to pause, to be still, to be like, oh, okay, this didn't work out. Like, I need to be still to see, okay, what is God still revealing?
Yeah.
Like, even in just like
remind me.
prayer, I feel when you're saying repeating a prayer, you have to be patient. That's why when Nana walked in, he said in the beginning, like, I was watching, I was being part of a prayer of HOP and the On Fire on the Altar, and he basically said the prayer of take out that spirit of unbelief, because a lot of people pray. He was talking about people praying the same prayer and then getting tired and like having to work that faith muscle, and it's required. So when you're working that faith muscle, you also need to know that it requires for you to wait. It requires for you to be still. It requires for him, to do a little bit of work, not for it to be like, oh, okay, once again, microwave prayer. It's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't work like that. You still put that same prayer, even if you don't see what's happening. There's more, because even going back to that verse, sorry, I'm talking about, but going back to that verse of like Psalms 46:10 is like, be still and know. Like, in the Amplified version, it says, recognize and understand that I am God. Like, in order to recognize and in order to understand, there needs to be time spent in his word to be able to recognize things about him.
Yeah.
You're not going to figure that out in 1 or 2 or 3 more days. That's why being in his word has to be daily. It has to be continuous. Like, you're trying to seek and find him. So, yeah, he's so vast that we need to be able to seek and then wait on him.
Yeah.
Seek and then wait on him,
yeah.
like, to reveal himself.
That's
So,
good.
yeah.
I like that. I like how you phrased that. I had something to say that just flew out of my mind, but the part about how vast it is, like, he's so big. And that's why even just myself, I think about, I make him into a smaller, like, I can figure him out in my lifetime. Like, who am I?
It's the same thing. I don't know. It came to my mind of like the Earth, like, and visiting countries.
We cannot.
Like, the Earth is so big.
Huge.
Big.
It has so many countries.
Like, okay, and that's the thing. I think you can even make it, like, to put it into perspective. This Earth is huge. How many people will actually be able to visit every single country on this planet in their lifetime?
and
I
I
wouldn't even-
countries the same.
I don't even think half of the world would. I don't even think so. I don't think so. So imagine that, and then put your perspective as if that's God. You're not going to figure him out in a lifetime, and you're not going to be able to figure him out in 5 minutes when you just sit down and be like, thank you, Jesus, for today. Show me the way.
Yeah.
And then he shows you your whole life. That's not going to happen, right? And that's not how he works. He reveals himself slowly. As you said, you seek him, you wait on him. You seek him, you wait on him. You seek him, you wait on him. And that's what the psalmist said too. He's like, he lays his request in the morning and he waits with expectation, though, that the Lord is going to answer. Not that I'm just waiting and then I don't think he's going to answer. So let me just quickly just figure it out myself and I'll come back when the answer is ready. You know? So,
If he answers, I still bless him. If he doesn't answer,
and
I
that's the
still
part
bless him.
is, yes, it's
Simple.
secure. It's that faith part. It's just, you know
Whether
what?
he
Does
does
it does. And that is hard, but it's difficult. It's
And
counted
what
out
it
joy.
is.
We count it out joy. Because he's so good. Like, you really cannot say he's not a good God.
Yeah.
Especially if you're able to go through trials and still be alive and standing. The ones that should have wiped you out didn't wipe you out. Yep. So who's the one who's sustaining you? Not you. So count it all joy. And so this is just a little part of our little mini series. I hope it encouraged you. I actually got encouraged a lot. I was like, okay, I got a lot of work to do, God.
I need to slow down. That's what
That's what I was like. I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of waiting to do, but it's waiting in a good sense. It's like while you're waiting, just worship him and just praise him. Just get into that thankfulness and that gratitude. And you wouldn't even count it as waiting. You would just kind of spending time with the Lord.
And waiting is not wasting as well.
Yeah.
Like we think our lives are withering away when
That's it.
we're waiting, and we may not get what we want in the time frame that we want, but like Janet said, like God is still working even when we can't see. And I constantly have to like remind myself that, like, oh, I want this, I want that, but am I being faithful by doing the stuff that God bestowed upon my heart, like, working towards it? Yeah. And then, hopefully it will happen. So we just have to wait and see. Once again, if he does it, we still bless him. If he doesn't do it, we still bless him. And that also goes with just like even tragedy in our life. And it's so easy to turn on God and be like, but in this Christian life, it's not going to be easy. It's not this life that we're now like, everything's perfect. Like, ooh, like, nah. Things will happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So like go back to just even in the waiting, God is still doing something. And like in Job 35, 10 to 12, he's basically, Elihu is saying to like Job, like, yet they don't ask, where is God, my creator, the one who gives songs in the night? Where is the one who makes us smarter than the animals and wiser than the birds of the sky? Like, he still gives us stuff even in the waiting. Yeah, like he's not like completely silent, saying nothing. But we don't realize those things because we're waiting for the thing that we want. But he's giving the things that we need to be able to get to sustain ourselves. There, get to that point. Yeah. So like he's giving us song. He's making different things. Yeah. You could name those different things that are happening while you're in the waiting. Like even just me. Like there's certain things that I'm waiting for, but I'm like, he's developing my character. Oh, he's making me more patient. Or, he's helping me to be a better communicator to build those steps to get to marriage or get to this or get to that or get this new job. So he's always doing something in the waiting period. Just if you wait and if you're silent enough, you can open your eyes and rip those scales off and see what he's actually doing. And you'll be like quite surprised. Lord, actually, you're doing so much.
So I like this topic a lot. Yeah.
Same.
Talk to us out. We want to hear what your thoughts about this AI and Holy Spirit and God and being still versus you quickly looking for answers and how you're navigating that season. So if you really enjoyed this episode, please follow us on all socials, subscribe, like, comment.
Say happy birthday to me too.
Yes, yo, by the way, his birthday
It's my birthday
I-
right now as we speak.
yes, his birthday would be today.
No, it's
Drop it.
today. Wherever
Drop it.
day you're
Yes.
listening, it's today, the Monday.
Yes, it will
It's my
drop.
birthday. So
Spam him with some happy birthdays.
yes.
Yeah.
coming up.
Well, we'll definitely be putting out some crazy photos for him. So you
Like
can
we always do.
enjoy. Enjoy for sure. But yes, we're very thankful for all y'all that listened till the end.
Mm-hmm.
For sharing, commenting, giving us feedback. We love you guys. We do. Hearts, hearts, hearts. And we'll be back next week for another episode. Peace. Bye.
Peace.